Hey guys, I'm finally here to do a book review. Man, I haven't said those words in a long time. Yeah, it only took me about 2.5 months to finish a book. Woo woo! So this review is going to be on Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. Now, I've filmed this review before, and I felt like I was telling you too much about the book, so this time I'm going to tell you a very brief synopsis, and then sort of give you my thoughts. Because last time I was just going, and then this happened, and this happened, and then there's this character with this backstory. I'm not going to do that in this review. Okay, so basically, this is about five teenagers, 3 girls and 2 boys, 4 straight and 1 gay, and they're all it's sort of their fall into prostitution. And it switches between these 5 characters' perspectives throughout the book, and, you know, that can get a little confusing at times, but Ellen Hopkins is so awesome that it's not too much of a problem. It's just, sometimes you kind of feel like you're reading someone else at times, but it's not that bad. So the 5 characters are Eden, Seth, Whitney, Ginger, and Cody. And I'm not going to tell you too much about the characters because that just took like 10 minutes for me to explain it, so let's just get into what I thought about this book. So what I liked about this book, I loved the writing, of course. It's Ellen Hopkins. How can I not love it, right? It's very artistic because it's, you know, if you don't know, it's written in verse, just like all of her books. But this one, I'm not sure if the other books that she's written did this, but if you look at the last page of a chapter, if I can find one, stupid book won't let me find one. Okay, here. So what's really cool is the last sentence or two of the last chapter of that section of the book. It says it'll say, I was ready to shed that final thin barrier, allow him access to the most private part of me when familiar faces floated past the window. Not quite busted. And then the next thing is a poem by Ginger Cordell, Faces. I think that is so cool. It transitions from the last line to the poem of the next character. Oh, Ellen Hopkins, you awesome lady. I also really like the characters in this book. Not all of them, however, because some of them you're not supposed to like. Mostly the parents. Yeah, the parents in this book are douchebags, pretty much. Horrible people. I hate them. But the kids in this book are also sometimes a little bit frustrating because, you know, you're thinking, why are you doing this? But then you can't really blame them because of their past, which I'm not going to get into because it took 10 minutes to talk about their past last video. But it's just like I said before, it's about their fall into prostitution and how they got to that point in their lives, that point where they feel like there's no other way, no way out, and they need to sell their body for money. Favorite characters in this book? Definitely Seth. Seth was my favorite character. Seth is awesome. He kind of reminded me of Tony in a way from Impulse, which is another one of my favorite characters ever. And, he was so awesome, and I felt so bad for him. I felt bad for all the characters in this book, really, but all the characters just really well developed and really well written, and just you want them. You want to hug them, and you want them to be okay and everything. And what I love about Ellen Hopkins is that's sort of the point of all of her books. They kind of give you a glimpse of people's lives, and kind of show you how they fell into this bad situation, and it's for you, the reader, to kind of learn not to fall into that situation, how to avoid it, which I love about Ellen Hopkins. Also, in contrast to the Wall Street Journal article, in the back of this book, after the book's over, you have an author's notes, where specifically she tells people if they're in any of these situations to call this number and talk to people that can help them get out of prostitution. So, Wall Street Journal, this book is helping people, okay? You know, it's helping people, right? And this book was just phenomenal. Everything about it was amazing. I loved it. I cried. I couldn't put this book down. And it's a pretty thick book, but you see, with Ellen Hopkins books, they're in verse, and I said that before, but you can read 200 pages in an hour. It's crazy. It's awesome. So the recommended age for this book is 14 and up, so that's what I'm going to say, because, hey, if the book says 14 and up right here, then that's the age limit. Plus, it's sort of important. I think it's important for teens to read a book like this, all of her books. Teens, read Ellen Hopkins. Do it. She is amazing. And not just teens, obviously, but it's, you know, detrimental for teens to read her books, you know, to kind of see life in a darker sense, so that you can avoid that dark sense of life. Anyway, I've rambled too much in this review, so I'm going to leave it at saying that this book is amazing, and I recommend it to everyone 14 and up, just so you know, because there's a lot of mature content in this book. And it is 5 out of 5, awesome, amazing Ellen Hopkins. What can I say? So the book I'm reading right now is Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk, and I'm that far in. And so far, I'm really confused, because wow, I don't know. I like it, and I want to find out why this is happening and what's going on, because I guess that's a good thing, though. So I'm going to keep reading. Hopefully I have a review for this soon, I hope. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.